The battlefield stretched endlessly, a scarred land littered with the fallen. The scent of iron and smoke thickened the air, mingling with the cries of the wounded. Amidst the chaos, Rael stood tall, his blade gleaming crimson under the waning sun. His breaths came in ragged bursts, but his resolve was unbroken. For years he had served under Lord Valen, a man once revered as a beacon of justice, but time had twisted his ideals into tyranny. Rael had sworn an oath of loyalty, yet, as he watched villages burn and innocents perish under Valen's orders, he knew that the time had come to break it. The rebellion had been swift and brutal. Soldiers once bound by duty turned their blades against their former comrades. Alliances crumbled, and friendships were severed in the name of righteousness. Rael led the charge against Valen's stronghold. His heart steeled for the battle that would determine the fate of the realm. Valen awaited him in the grand hall, a towering figure draped in obsidian armor. His eyes burned with fury, yet his lips curled into a knowing smile. "I taught you well, boy," he mused, tightening his grip on his massive war axe. "But you forget, I forged you. Do you truly believe you can best me?" Rael met his gaze without faltering. "You forged me into your weapon, but I am no longer yours to wield." The battle was ferocious. Sparks flew as steel met steel, their strikes fueled by years of loyalty and betrayal. Valen's strength was monstrous, but Rael had something greater: purpose. He fought not for power, but for the lives crushed beneath Valen's rule. With a final, decisive strike, Rael's blade found its mark. Valen's eyes widened in disbelief as he staggered, his weapon slipping from his grasp. A heavy silence followed before he fell to his knees, then crumpled to the ground. The tyrant was no more. As dawn broke over the land, Rael emerged from the fortress, weary but victorious. The people once oppressed now looked upon him with hope. He had won the battle, but the true war, the rebuilding of a shattered kingdom, had only just begun. And so, with the weight of a nation on his shoulders, Rael took his first steps toward a new era, vowing that he would never become the very monster he had slain. She doesn't even pretend to care, so why now? I answer, my voice calm. There's a hesitation on the other end, then a nervous laugh. "Wow," she finally says, "I saw the reviews. You actually did it." I don't respond right away. A part of me, the part that once loved her, wants to believe this is an olive branch, a small step toward admitting she was wrong. But I know better, so I keep my voice steady, controlled. "No thanks to you." A pause longer this time. Then she sighs, and I can already picture it. Her in her designer lounge chair, sipping overpriced wine, her nails perfectly manicured as if the past year had been just another boring chapter in her life. "Maybe we should talk." Click. I hang up. There's nothing left to say. I stare at my phone for a moment, half expecting it to ring again. It doesn't. She won't call back. She thought I'd fail. She thought I'd beg for her support. Instead, she's watching from the sidelines while the world praises the very thing she mocked. And that is more satisfying than any conversation we could ever have. I walk back inside where my team is in full motion. The kitchen hums with precision, Raphael commanding the line like an orchestra conductor, Malik moving between tables ensuring that each guest experiences perfection. Joy is at the bar, scanning the room with a knowing smirk. She meets my gaze and raises an eyebrow. "You look like a man who just turned down an ex." I snort. "You're not wrong." She slides me a glass of whiskey. "To bigger things." I clink my glass against hers, taking a slow sip. Because this isn't about revenge anymore. It's about proving to myself that I was always meant to be here. And if Mara thinks this is the end of the story, she hasn't seen anything yet. There are moments in life that change everything. Winning my first cooking competition as a teenager, that was a moment. Leaving behind a six-figure corporate job to chase my passion, that was another. Opening Seaver, standing in my restaurant on its first night while the world outside ignored me, that moment stung. But this moment, this right here, this is the moment that will define me forever. Every chef in Los Angeles is waiting for one announcement, and that announcement has my name written all over it. I stand in the center of Sevour's dining room. The restaurant closed for the night. My team gathered around a single screen. The live stream is on. The Michelin star announcement is just minutes away. Raphael stands beside me, arms crossed, his usually sharp features betraying a hint of nervous energy. Joy is in her usual spot by the bar, sipping an old-fashioned like it's just another night. But even she can't mask the tension in the air. Michelin inspectors are the ghosts of the culinary world. They come when you least expect them, judge you without a word, and disappear before you ever know they were there. You only find out you are being tested when the results come in, and tonight, those results could change everything. The announcer steps onto the stage. "Tonight," he says, voice echoing across the screen, "we celebrate excellence. We recognize the chefs and restaurants who have redefined the boundaries of gastronomy." He starts calling names, one star, then another, and then the moment that feels like it exists outside of time itself. "Seaver, 3 Michelin stars?" The words hit me like a sledgehammer to the chest. For a second, the entire room is silent. And then, chaos. Joy lets out an actual, genuine shriek, throwing her drink in the air. Raphael grabs my shoulders, shaking me like he's trying to make sure I'm not dreaming. Melik jumps up and down like a lunatic, and the rest of the staff erupts into cheers, hands clapping, voices overlapping in an explosion of pure, unfiltered triumph. 3 stars. Not 1, not 2, 3. Only a handful of restaurants in the world hold that honor. It's the kind of recognition that puts a place on the map permanently. It's a name cemented into history. It's an unspoken declaration that I have become untouchable. I let out a breath I didn't realize I was holding, gripping the edge of the bar to steady myself. 3 stars. I close my eyes, letting it sink in, and when I open them, I see my phone. The screen is lighting up with messages. Chefs I once looked up to, restaurant owners who once dismissed me, news articles flooding in, my inbox overflowing with interview requests. But one message stands out. One name. Mara. For a moment, I just stare at it. Then I open it. "Mara, we should celebrate together. Call me." I don't know what I expected. Regret? A real apology? But no, she's not sorry. She's not acknowledging the years of doubt, the way she and her family laughed at me, dismissed me, left me standing in my own success alone. She just wants to be part of it now. I exhale slowly, and then I do what I should have done a long time ago. Delete. I don't respond. I don't hesitate. I just erase her from my phone, just like she erased me from her life when she thought I wouldn't make it. Joy watches me with a knowing smirk. "Let me guess. Mira?" I nod, tossing my phone onto the counter. She raises her glass. "To the past staying in the past." I pick up my own drink, clinking it against hers, and as the celebration roars on around me, I let myself do something I haven't done in years. I let myself feel the weight of winning. Because this time, it's mine.